Magicians is an American television series adapted from the novel of the same name by Lev Grossman and aired by the SYFY network. The show was created by Sarah Gamble and John McNamara and produced by Mike Cahill and Michael London. The show aired its first episode, Unauthorized Magic, on December 16, 2015, and it received mixed to positive reviews. I personally thought it was a piece of shit. The episode starts with opening shots of Brooklyn as two characters are introduced. They start talking about some upcoming danger that the audience has no idea what it could possibly be.
Get them there. Pray that they get little something under their belts before he finds a way to them.
Your ability to think that we have the slightest molecule of control over anything never ceases to amaze me.
It's not that.
Then we are introduced to the one, the only motherfucking Coldwater.
On admitting you reported you couldn't concentrate, eat, get out of bed. You said the feeling of not belonging anywhere was overwhelming.
Holy fuck, get over yourself. This can't be the reason for him being in a mental institution, can it? I mean, what the fuck? I bet my next door neighbor who has an average job and shitty kids and wife that don't want him has more of a sense that he has an overwhelming feeling that he doesn't belong anywhere. Fucking get over it.
And that you were the most useless person who ever lived. And now? You feel better?
You're the most useless person who ever lived? This man is sane. There's no need for him to be in a mental institution. If you're a really big fucking downer with no social skills, no shit, you're not gonna have a sense of belonging anywhere.
You're a kid, and your whole life's ahead of you, and you have these notions about what life is, but eventually you have to let all that go. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing. It's a part of growing up, you know, selling the comic book collection and getting serious.
Is that the fucking reason why he's in a mental institution? Because he won't stop and can't stop absorbing his childhood environment where his father probably beat him for getting off to Caillou's sister?
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Now look, maybe I was quick to judge with Quentin Coldwater, and he may or may not have some mental issues. Either way, he is not a likable character in any sense so far. He's an eccentric, conceited, socially awkward loser who thinks he has a deeper understanding of life, so he confuses that with not belonging anywhere. Also, whenever it cuts to him having a conversation or social moment with the people in the party, it seems like he has no idea what to do when talking.
It's the original version, the Danish version, that it's like, it's dark. It's like 100 times better because the Danish people, they have a dark soul.
You're going to use CGI. Well, I'm sorry, it's just that's insulting to anyone who's ever done any kind of close-up magic, so.
Now, I understand that small talk can be boring and uninteresting and only serves to clear an awkward silence, but it can also be turned into opportunities to make friends and have a more involved connection. Fuck it can be used to express your thoughts and emotions, which does not make people uncomfortable, but the thing is, Quentin Coldwater doesn't do either of those things. He just goes for the weirdest and most incoherent conversations. Believe it or not, people generally hate that shit. Just look at me.
I feel better.
In the middle of the party, Quentin Coldwater decides to read a book. It is called Filtering Further, and whenever you fucking open that shit, it plays Claire de Lune, and it indulges you in a world where 3 siblings have been sent to a countryside during a war, where going through a father clock will send you to a land of magic called fucking Filtery.
The Chatwin twins and their older brother had been sent to the countryside. From a young age, Martin Chatwin had a gloomy nature. And to combat his melancholy, he would lose himself in stories of wonder.
Anyway, Julia Wicker, who is a childhood friend of Quentin, interrupts his book reading to have a serious conversation.
Kinda waiting for you to finish reading the books you've already read 800 times and come out of your room.
I'm about to. It's the first edition, and I am looking at it one last time before I sell it on eBay. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a serious conversation? Should I sit out?
Fuck you, dude. She's like your only friend. And no one can take you fucking seriously. I mean, just look at your condition.
Excellent.
3-way!
The next day, they both go together to an interview for Yale. Then they spot a dead dude who looks like he sleeps with his eyes open. This is just a fucking joke.
Well, he's dead. By the look of him, he was a big...
I'm sorry?
Why, did you kill him?
No, Jesus.
I was kidding.
Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Wow, this lady is more awkward than Quentin Coldwater. Fucking Quentin Coldwater. They start walking outside and they argue over Quentin's inability to grow some nuts.
You can't run away hard enough, can you? What happened to giving up on the fillery crap?
You used to like fillery.
Yeah, I liked it. I loved it.
You got me into it, Julia. I learned magic tricks just to keep up with you. It was our thing.
Yeah, it was our thing, and it was fun, silly, nerdy bullshit, and it got us through high
Guess
school.
I'm just a silly bullshit nerd then, huh?
Hey, I'm not saying
This
that.
never seemed to bother you until right around the second you met James. Life is raw. Everybody medicates.
Life is raw. Everybody medicates. Holy fuck, this guy is so self-indulged that he self-medicates. You probably make everyone around you self-medicate.
Little nigga 5 years old smoking the black.
Look, I am just saying that you are good at so much stuff. Pick something. Please.
Like, what is he good at? Magic tricks? Later that day, he loses a page of the 6th book of Fillery and Further and follows it into Breakbills College, where Quentin Coldwater meets Elliot Wag, the free-spirited and gay soon-to-be friend of Quentin. He's also described as a heavy drinker and as a smart guy. What the fuck?
Quentin Coldwater?
Uh-huh.
I'm Elliot. You're late. Follow me.
Okay. Hey, where am I?
Upstate New York.
Upstate, but I wish just... Hey, okay, what is this place?
Breakbills University. You've been offered a preliminary exam for entry into the graduate program.
Am I hallucinating?
If you were, how would asking me help? Come on, or you'll miss it.
Fuck this script, man. Who thought this shit would be a good idea? If you haven't noticed, acting ranges from bad to mediocre, which is a big shame because the writing is pretty shit. Talking about writing, the show is based off the book by the same name by Lev Grossman. I'm practically paying no attention to his book thus far, so it should have no impact on me, and I'm not planning to read it sooner or later. So what I'm trying to say is that the book stands on its own merit and quality, and the same should go for the show. But if some lines are being taken from the book or even rewritten by the screenwriters, it's still pretty shit. If you have bad writing, then your characters or story will not have that seamless transition from what is shown on the screen while still having your attention by the production of the show. By that I mean acting, directing, important set choices made by the producers, and so on and so forth. Elliot shows Quinn to the examination room where he pulls some stupid, unfunny bullshit.
Now, your only job is to pass the examination before you.
After the examination, Quinn and Julia are sent to separate rooms to be told about their abilities and if they pass their faith in those powers.
We had reason to believe you possess certain nascent abilities.
Okay. I mean, I used to think that...
And perhaps you did at one time. Regrettably, you failed the written exam. I'm here to prepare you to go home.
What?
It's all right. We'll provide an alibi for your missing time.
That test was crazy. Any sane person, I mean, all the questions kept changing.
Be that as it may.
No. Don't you want students who make actual inquiry instead of just accepting like sheep?
Get your hipster bullshit out of this fucking examination.
I'm sorry.
The examiner goes to disinfect his hands for some stupid and unexplained reason, while Julia's too busy earning her stripes with the fucking ring. She only winces. I mean, I don't fucking think so, Julia. That shit was deep and long.
This won't hurt a bit.
Give me your attention, babe.
Quentin, let's see some magic.
Meanwhile, Quentin is showing the dean some fucking dang magic tricks.
No, magic. real magic.
Which are permanently ruined by shitty CGI magic, of course.
Then quit dicking around.
Stop it.
Do some goddamn magic! I said stop it! Oh my god. Dicking.
Yeah, quit dicking around, you fucking faggot hair, pear-faced snowflake. You make me question humanity's evolution. Yeah, that's right, Charles Darwin. This man, Quentin Coldwater, proved your own theory of evolution to be bullshit because this man is not evolving. He is doing the opposite. He is degenerating.
Fucking degenerate.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm halfway into this episode and it's really fucking boring. That is my biggest complaint with the show, that it's really boring. I'd excuse everything else if it was entertaining or watchable, but these characters are bland and the storytelling has no pacing. Quentin transitioned from the real world over to the magic world. That did nothing for me. It was so uncinematic and tasteless. It would be like serving someone a bowl of pure bland white rice, nothing else, and then coloring the plain white rice with food coloring. It definitely looks different, but it's not. It's just really boring. Quentin wakes up and gives up his meds after he finds out that he was never depressed but only alone.
Now, your meds. Quentin, you haven't been depressed. You've been alone. And you are not crazy. You're angry. And you are correct. Everyone medicates.
Quentin goes to his room and meets his new roommate, Penny, which he becomes depressed again.
Some dumbass kids book? Why do you have all that nerd boy dragging porn shit anyway? Are you 12?
Fucking faggot.
Quentin! This is the interruption you've been waiting for.
Whoops.
Hi, I'm Margot. This is him. He's not that cute.
So, first years live in these dorms.
Okay, let's talk about editing. Now, I am no guru when it comes to editing, but I know if I am making an appropriate and smooth transition from point A to point B while presenting a story the way I want to present it, then it is a good edit.
This is him. He's not that cute.
So, first years live in these dorms.
This is not a good edit. It was unnatural as unnatural gets, and worst of all, I do not know what they want me to feel. They just probably wanted to go on to the next scene and didn't bother putting any effort in setting it up. Then they all go outside walking while some nerds are doing jutsu hand signs just to express the poorly composed CGI. So now we are halfway done with this episode and we are introduced to a wide spectrum of magic, which I should be amazed by or even slightly motivated emotionally by, but no. I just felt mostly confused on what the creators wanted to present. Going back to the nerds doing their jutsu hand signs, it was unimpressive and uninteresting.
Okay, we heard that. Eat shit, Elliot. Eat shit, Elliot.
Okay, let's compare the two. I know that it's unfair to compare the two, but let's just compare them anyway. Harry Potter can talk to snakes and make a glass display disappear, resulting in the snake escaping and frightening his cousin. This scene evoked my emotion through Harry Potter's magical ability. People performing hand jutsus and making apples fly through a dull and awkward presentation. This scene did not evoke my emotion because it was a fucking piece of shit.
Let's go find something magic to smoke.